That was just what the picture looked like.
Did you see it?
No. I think it's going to be the one where we have.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything nice search.
I don't think it is. It's in a bag or something. Yeah, it is.
It's in your phone?
Yeah. It was a bag of chips.
Oh, it's a bag of my Doritos.
I guess just the way you guys were eating chips, Doritos, whatever, it picked it up as a gun.
Imagine being a teenager and you're at your high school. You just finished football practice and you're waiting for your ride to come and pick you up. You're sitting down, you're tired, you're eating a bag of chips, drinking a pop. And when you look up, you see several police officers walking towards you, pointing at you, aiming guns at you, and you're confused on what happened. Well, this was the reality for some teenagers in Baltimore. After their high school football practice, they're waiting for their rides to come and pick them up. They're just having a snack. And the next thing you know, what appears to be the entire police department is standing in front of them, aiming guns.
Yes, you. Come here. Keep your hands on your head. Keep walking towards me. Keep walking. Keep walking. You stand up. Stay standing up. All right, stop. Look away from me. Get down on your knee. Get down on both knees. Hands, Kent.
White shirt, just stay there. White shirt, stay there. Drop your bag. Drop your bag right there. In the white shirt, drop your bag.
Stand up. You're good, keep on.
Oh, what?
I'll explain in a second.
Oh, right,
You got any-
Oh,
42, we're good here. They're all detained for right now.
Okay, transport 1924.
Thank
you.
5 is it? Something, man. That's probably what it was. That's probably 5 is it? Something, man. That's probably what it was. What I felt. That was just what the picture looked like.
Did you see it?
And this is where one of the officers walks over to the supervisor who just arrived on scene, shows him the picture that 8 other officers could not identify as being a bag of Doritos that these young men were eating. We're going to take a look at the body cam of the supervisor and see how long it takes him to recognize that this is merely a plastic bag.
I mean, there's bags of chips and shit.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You hear the officer earlier, he stated it's 5 of them. There has to be something, as if there can't be 5 kids or 5 black kids or even 5 white kids or just 5 citizens. Whatever his thought process was, 5 was too many. And if there's 5, they have to be guilty. Why can't 5 citizens just be sitting and minding their own business? And this is where the officers look inside of the garbage can and then they look back at their phone and they were like, uh-oh, this looks like a bag of Doritos, ranch flavored to be exact. And you would think that at that point, hey, go back, we apologize, and we made a mistake. The AI system alerted us that this was a gun and it's over. Well, that's kind of what happened, but not before continuing to violate the rights of these young men. Let's keep watching.
It's in your phone?
yeah.
It was a bag of chips.
Oh, it's a bag of my Doritos. Yeah.
Were they blue? Yeah.
Do the same for the rest if you pass them around. Do the same for the rest.
Here, come here. You're on the left.
White shirt, just stay there. White shirt, stay there. Gray shirt, come here.
Drop your bag. Drop your bag right there in the white shirt. Drop your bag. Walk this way.
Check.
Keep your hands up.
What happened?
Put your hands behind your back. Head. Did you see it?
No. I mean, it's going to be the one kid Ruiz has.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. It looks like a bag or something. Yeah. Because there's a bunch of blue chips in there.
So it literally took the supervisor 5 seconds to determine that this was a plastic bag or a bag of Doritos, but 8 officers looking at the same photo, looking at the same bag, could not understand what this was.
I guess just the way you guys were eating chips, Doritos or whatever, it picked it up as a gun. That's all. AI is not the best. Yeah, you can just ID and cut loose.
I guess it's the way it's holding it.
Yeah. It registers as a gun.
May I see that picture too?
Yeah, show them this, so you see how that works. Can't trespass in a school, man. Look at these. So then it alerts us and says that you have a gun.
It's a card.
Hey, thanks for not running away. That'd have been a real problem.
I guess it's the way he's holding it. It came across to us. All right. We're just going to grab all your guys' info so we documented who we were with. So just have a seat right here and we're going to grab all your info, all right?
So if you're wondering how the police officers even got the picture to start with, well, the school has a system called OmniAlert. It's an AI detection system that is supposed to detect if someone is carrying a gun or not. And this is something that they're attempting to go or push nationwide. But we can see this is already a problem. If you're worried about police officers violating your rights, well, just imagine this system being used as a tool to help and assist them violate your rights. Now, I want to say this. A lot of people talk about police officers, cops, they have to have your ID, but there's a reason why. Not too many channels or videos I've seen that actually go into explaining why police officers must have your identification. Okay, and if you give me a second, I just want to explain that for those of you who may not know. When I was in the academy, we were told to place everyone inside of a system, NCIC. And initially, I thought, why not? Because coming into law enforcement, my mindset is we're trained or going to be trained to catch bad guys, bank robbers, and people who do bad things. Well, yeah, I learned better. But now I understand more. It's about putting people inside of a system. Let me explain these systems to you. We just finished talking about the AI detection system called OmniAlert, which is supposed to detect guns, and it has failed miserably. But other systems, or should I say databases, like NCIC, and in Georgia where I work, the GCIC, and for example, in Maryland where this situation took place, the CJIS, and you also have a database called Miles in Maryland. And in Florida, for example, we have another database called David. Allow me to explain each one of these and what the purpose is. The NCIC is National Crime Information Center. This is the nationwide FBI database that contains criminal records, warrants, stolen vehicles, missing persons, etc. This is the database of all databases. This is what everything goes into. So all of the state level databases will be connected to this particular database. GCIC, for example, in the state of Georgia, where I worked as a police officer, this is a state level system. It's operated by the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, called the GBI. The GCIC maintains Georgia's centralized criminal history database and interfaces directly with the FBI's NCIC. It provides Georgia law enforcement agencies with access to state and national criminal histories, driver license and vehicle registration data, warrants, protection orders, missing persons, fingerprint records, and biometric identifications, etc. In the state of Maryland, where this situation took place, you have the CJIS, the Criminal Justice Information System. This is a Maryland state-level system operated by the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correction Services. Its function is like the GCIC. The The CJIS stores and manages Maryland criminal history records, arrests, charges, depositions, fingerprints and background checks, etc. The database called MILES, the Maryland Interagency Law Enforcement System, is a gateway system that connects Maryland agencies to both the CJIS and the NCIC. So in short, they can just use the system MILES and that will connect them to the CJIS or the NCIC, and they can input you, run your information, understand any type of history that you've ever had or any encounter with police. So there are different types of databases out there. For example, DAVID. DAVID stands for Driver and Vehicle Information Database. And what DAVID does, DAVID gives authorized law enforcement and certain government agencies access to driver's license photos, vehicle registrations and title data, emergency contact information, ID card application and signatures, related driver history and address changes, and more. And so what DAVID is, it's more so based on driving. So if you get a vehicle registration, a driver's license, your information is going to be inside of that. But the NCIC or the GCIC, the criminal databases, well, you won't have any records inside of that. The ultimate goal, as I was told when I was in the academy, make sure you enter everyone into the database, whoever you come in contact with. So if you're wondering why police really want your ID so bad, is because they need to enter you into the database. And just simply giving your name might not be enough because you can give a police officer false information. But if he or she can get your name, your date of birth, or even your social security number, they can now search you through the database. Even if nothing returns, you're now entered into the database with all of your information and that particular encounter that you just had with that police officer. So what's so important about that? Well, now you're inside of the database and you're there forever. And every encounter that you've ever had can always be pulled up. There's a permanent record that's there forever and you can never get out. And let me just be a little more clear on that particular statement of you can never get out. Let's say, for example, a warrant was recalled. There was some database issue like misspellings or charges were dismissed. Well, it's supposed to be removed. I'll say that. Will it actually be removed? Your record or your information completely removed from NCIC? I seriously doubt it. And it's something that I've never seen or witnessed. So when a police officer wants your ID, it's not simply because, as it said on YouTube, they're addicted to ID like some sort of drugs. Well, it is, but we were trained that way. Again, when I was in the academy, I was told to get everyone's identification and enter them into the system. And you, as a police officer or a new police officer, you're thinking everyone means, well, every one of the bad guys that we encounter. It's not till later that everyone literally means everyone, man, woman, boy, girl, child. It doesn't matter, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. It doesn't matter. Everyone literally means everyone. And once you're in, and if you think about this, if you can build a database on every person in this country, you know everything about that person. That to me within itself is a Fourth Amendment violation. And it really undermines the Constitution, but this is what's happening. And unfortunately, in this particular situation that we just watched, the way this should have gone, even if the AI system made a mistake and messed up and said that these kids had a gun and they did not, once the police officer saw that there was no gun, they're simply eating a bag of Doritos, waiting for their ride, they just finished football practice, it should have been an apology, even contact their parents, apologize to their parents, let it go. And that's it. But no, they had to enter these young men into the database, and now they will forever be inside of this database. Their rights are violated. Not only are their rights violated, they were just held at gunpoint, put on their knees, handcuffed, and that's going to be an experience they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. And lastly, you hear the sergeant, who I thought was doing a better job, laugh and make a joke and state, yeah, haha. Had you ran, then it would have been a serious problem. But if they had run, Maybe they were just scared because there's 8 police officers pointing guns at them and they just finished football practice. What if they were only running back to their coach to say, hey, coach, cops are here with guns? Then at that point, we probably would have seen all of these young men arrested for simply being scared. And they were scared because they did nothing but eat a bag of chips and wait for their ride at the football practice. Welcome to America. This is what we now face. Know your rights, protect yourself, and always keep your head on the swivel because this can happen to anyone, myself or you. With that being said, we the people, you, signing off.